1, 2, 3, 4. Verse 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, welcome back to Early Kids Music Official once again. I just finished preparing this song from Empress Gifty titled Watch Me, okay? I finished preparing its stems and I feel like showing everything that I use, from plugins, arrangements, everything that I use, okay? So before we delve into the actual tutorial, I want you to just spend a moment to like the video for me. Do that and also comment anything that you can, okay? Comment anything. So for your notice, before I start to prepare my stems, I first extract the various instruments from the original song using Moises. That is the extraction tool that I use, okay? Now listen to this stem extract. Now this strings extract here is just to guide me so I can hear exactly what they played in actual song, okay? So that I will not flop or play anything totally different from what they actually played. So this is just to serve as a guide to me, okay? Now as I listened to that, I also came out with my own patches that I could also use to imitate this similar sound, okay? So this is what I came up with. I had this one pad here with this. I blended the one pad with sine lead. Now let me show you the plugins that I used, okay? So before I show you the plugins, let me first play the one pad and the sine lead. This is what I actually played. Okay, so this is what I played per listening to the strings extraction that I have here. This is what I played. Now if you play only the one pad and the sine lead, it sounds quite lonely. So if you blend it with the main pad here, this is the pad that I'm having in the mix. I will show you the plugins that I use for all of them, so don't worry. Now you can hear at least you are imitating what they played here. It's not all that the same, but at least you have something similar, okay? So in order for you to have the exact thing that they played, you can now blend what you have played with the extraction, okay? So the extraction, you just tame it down, you make sure that the volume is quite down, then you blend what you have played with the original one. So let's do that and see. For the one part here, this is the patch that I use. I use 4 different patches, then I layered them using the layer track here, okay? So let me show you the stuff that I use. I'm using Kontakt. Inside Kontakt, I came to under the program category. I came to the slow synth. So look at something here. Those patches that I've take them, those one that I've added them to my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make I maximize my screen so you can see everything. Okay, so one is here, flute voices. Write them down: strawberry flute, smoothie pad, one pad. These 4 different patches, I open all of them separately, okay? So this one is flute voices, smoothie pad, one pad, and strawberry flute, okay? So there's 4 different patches. I layer them using this layer track here, okay? Now, if you don't know anything about layering in FL Studio, it's very simple. If I am having different plugins and I want to blend them as single track or single instruments, I just go ahead and add my layer track here. Then when you open your layer track, you just select the plugins that you want all of them to play one. Okay, then you hit on set children after selecting all of them. That's how we do layering in FL Studio. Okay, so up to this point, you might ask me if you want this entire project or everything that I used in this project. I will leave a link in the description. Okay, you can get it yourself. Okay, so that's the patches that I use for the one part. Okay, that's the layer here. I think I have this sign lead too. It's also from Kontakt. So let me try if I can see where. Okay, so here is it. So if you come to your browse lead synth, and at the lead synth you see this patch here, sign switcher. That's what I use for the sign lead that I blended it with the one pad here. For the one pad, the main pad that you are listening right here, I'm using Kontakt. Okay, and inside Kontakt I have this library called synth. I'm experiencing some freezing because I'm recording the screen, that's why. So don't stress. The first part inside the synth under the pad category, that's what I use for the pad here. That's all. I have these loops here. Okay, these loops I prepared this myself, and I have made it free in my Telegram group. So if you are not in my Telegram group, you can just tap on the link in the description. It will take you to my group. Then you just have access to various or variety of loops that you can use for your project. Okay, so these loops, it is free in my Telegram group. I made it myself. I can't show you how I made it for now because of time's sake. I'm having horns here. So this is the horns that I'm having here. Most of the keyboard players, when they are playing horns, they play like normal chords. I don't play it that way. Okay, so if you listen to this part alone, listen. The plugin that I'm using for the horns is called session horns, and inside the session horns I'm using the performance model. Okay, so if you have session horns, you attest to me that it has 3 different models: the solo instrument, performance, and the other one I've forgotten the name. Okay, but inside the performance model I use what we call the 5 pieces from the articulation. This from Session Horns Pro. So all you need to know is that I'm using Session Horns Pro, and I'm using the 5 pieces from the performance articulation. Okay, so I play the horns note by note. That's how I do play my horns. Then the other part here. So you can hear these are different patches, different notes joined together to have this kind of original sounding horns. Okay, if you play them, if you strike the chords like the normal piano player, how they do their things, you know, get something original like this. Okay, okay, so something like this is very nice. Okay, okay, so this for the horns what I did. Now this what I did with the horns. You know, for the sign lead and the one part, you remember I blended it with the strings extraction here. So in order to keep the originality of the stem, I blended it with, the horns, I blended them with the original horns that I extracted from the song itself. So listen to the original one. You can hear it feels more extracted. Okay, so in order to save yourself from this whole mess, I blended the one that I played with the extracted one. Now it seems I'm having some bells, so let me mute it. You understand? Now, in order for me to have this kind of flair and other stuffs, I blended the horns with some bells. Okay, so I'm having some bells here. I will show you the plugin that I use. So listen to it. There's this patch here, it's called random panning bells. You can see it here. That's what I use for my bells. Okay, so it feels much extracted. Okay, so this is what I did. I played some guitars to fill that lost space, I mean, for the guitar. So I played something myself. Listen to it. Okay, so I played these guitars myself, blended with the extracted guitar. Okay, so I won't have some lost spaces. And for the guitars that I played, let me show you what I use. This is from Yamaha Motif SF. Okay, and under the guitars category, I'm having this part is called strings mono. Now all these plugins that I'm using, if you want them, I can do remote installation for you, but at a charge. Okay, so you take note of that. So that's for the guitars, the sound lead, everything. Now the main important thing that makes stems is your cues and your clicks. Okay, so everything that I use, you can have it via the link in the description.
6. Bridge 1. Verse pre-chorus
So
4.
I have the samples here, and that's what I use for the intro, for the verse, everything. You know, if you want to know how to create stems, then you need to also know how to divide stems into 8 various parts, I mean 8 various sections. So I know that here is where the intro starts from. Then I start my cues. This is the cues. Okay, intro. So I'm using 1-2 bars for my cues. So intro, listen to what
Intro.
1, 2, 3,
3,
4.
4.
Then
Intro.
we enter the intro itself. So I'm using, you can clearly see, I'm using 2 different bars for only my cues. Then after that, when I'm coming to the verse, I have
Verse 1.
there's 1 cue here. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3.
4. The same thing when I'm getting to chorus.
Verse 1. Chorus.
Okay, then 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4. So that's how to arrange your cues, only if you know the sections of the song. Okay, now this is the various sections. If you want to create section in FL, it's very simple. Just select where you want to add your section. For instance, here, then I hold on Alt and T. Now I have my marker name here. I can type subscribe. For instance, you can see it here. If I want to drag it here, I can drag it wherever I want. Now I have my marker. That's how I created the various markers that you are seeing here. Okay, now with the markers, I can create my cues so easily. That's how I did my stuff. Now also I'm having the click track here for timing sake. Okay, these are the 2 samples that I'm using here. So I just I just drag and drop them onto the playlist direct, then I duplicate them till it reach the end of the stem. Okay, that's how I do create my clicks and my cues. I hope you've got something for your day. So at least we can play what we are having here, so you can feel how they all sounds together. You are having, let's say you're having these stems, everything. You have something like this. If you want to export it, then you make sure you have all the stems routed to the mixer. So when you're exporting it, come to your file, export, WAV file, then you choose the folder where you want to export into. Just make sure you select split mixer track, so that after exporting you can have the various instrument tracks. Okay, so that's how I create my stems. Okay, as I said, if you need any of the plugins, if you need the stems itself, or if you need anything that you need in there, you can just hit me up. Okay, so thank you. I hope you have something for yourself.